Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not likely to go very far in his career, even if he talks as if he will. While he might follow the rules and keep things organized, you won't see him putting in extra effort or taking initiative. If he makes promises about big things in his job, it's more likely just talk.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to break down rather than bounce back. He gets upset easily, and small setbacks can feel very big to him. If you want someone who stays steady in tough times, he may struggle with that.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will see him as polite and well mannered, so he won't pick fights or get into arguments easily. He tries to avoid upsetting others and goes out of his way to be respectful. While he's not a troublemaker, his mood swings can make it hard for people to feel close to him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he may not show much pride, and honestly, he might feel a bit insecure or unsettled. He's not strong in cheering others on, and your success might make him worry about his own achievements or lack of them. Don't expect big applause or excitement from his side.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, there is a good chance that if you earn more than him, he will feel insecure or even secretly resentful. He might not pick a fight or say anything openly, but you'll notice small signs. Maybe he withdraws, becomes irritable, or seems less cheerful around you. This is something important to think about for long term peace and happiness.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is very careful with money and likes to keep everything managed and in order. You won't find him spending carelessly or making sudden big purchases. He prefers to stick to a plan, follows a budget, and makes sure bills are paid on time.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He prefers to keep things simple and doesn't spend just to show off or impress others. In fact, he may be quite strict about not overspending.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight both with money and his mindset. He prefers saving over spending and finds it hard to loosen up or be generous, even in simple ways. If you like small surprises and generosity, you might feel he holds back too much.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He will generally be open and honest about money, not secretive or sneaky. He likes things to be clear and orderly, so you can expect him to share details about spending and saving. He may want to discuss expenses and keep track together, sometimes a bit more strictly than you'd like.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in doing things the proper way, but he isn't likely to take the lead when it comes to housework. He might expect a traditional setup where you handle more of the daily chores, unless you clearly discuss and agree to share them. Don't expect him to jump in and help unless asked, and even then, he may stick to doing only what you specifically tell him.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more the type to watch and supervise rather than roll up his sleeves and do the work himself. He likes things neat and in order, so he may give advice or tell you how things should be done, but don't expect him to dive into chores or change diapers easily. If you need practical help around the house, you'll probably have to ask for it clearly. And even then, he may only do the basics.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually finds it hard to see things from your side and can become emotional or defensive instead of really listening. When there's a disagreement, he might argue or insist on his own way rather than calmly talking things out. He's not quick to show empathy during arguments, so you might sometimes feel unheard.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose his cool and might say hurtful things or raise his voice. Even though he's usually polite, strong emotions can get the better of him and he may act in ways that feel disrespectful or harsh in the moment. If you are sensitive to shouting or sharp words, this could be difficult for you.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, often over small things. He can be sensitive and his moods can change fast, which may leave you feeling anxious or on edge at home. A partner who often loses his temper can make life difficult and stressful, especially in the long run.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He will struggle to say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead of admitting his mistake, he is more likely to blame you or make excuses for his behavior. This can leave you feeling alone or unfairly criticized.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He values rules and tends to be careful, so he will likely respect your boundaries in a clear, direct way. When you say no, he's not the type to push or force you. You won't need to worry about him ignoring your no. He will stop and give space when you ask for it.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He can be sensitive and may see your no as a rejection, even if it's not meant that way. He may not say anything harsh, but you'll feel the change in his mood.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can trust him not to use your private moments to hurt or embarrass you later. He is polite and generally careful about what he says, especially when it comes to personal matters. You won't have to worry about him crossing that line, so your trust in this area is safe with him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He lives a simple, routine life and doesn't go looking for excitement outside the relationship. You won't find him flirting openly or chasing after someone new.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He can be a bit possessive, especially if routines change or he feels unsure about his place in your life. While he isn't likely to be extremely controlling or aggressive, he may show mild jealousy or worry if you get too close to others or do things differently than he expects. You might notice him questioning you or getting moody if he feels left out.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what may look like being protective is more about wanting control than genuine care. He likes things done his way and feels comfortable only when routines aren't broken. Over time, this can feel suffocating rather than loving.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. While he likes routines and order, he usually doesn't take much initiative unless you tell him exactly what needs to be done. If equal partnership in parenting matters to you, this is something to watch out for.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He can get frustrated quickly, and little mistakes might make him react sharply, whether by raising his voice or showing clear disappointment. This can make the kids feel nervous or scared to make mistakes around him.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may struggle to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. He values routines and traditional roles, so he's likely to expect you to focus mostly on home and family. Instead of cheering you on, he could make comments or seem unhappy if you spend time on yourself.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but later expect you to step back or quit once you have a child. He values traditional roles and routines, so he may believe that a mother's main focus should be the home. It's important to discuss your hopes and plans clearly now, or you may find your independence quietly slipping away after children come along.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely act polite on the surface with your parents, but not show real warmth or deep connection. He understands the importance of good manners and will treat your family respectfully when they visit or you speak about them. His interactions will be proper and decent, but might feel a bit distant or formal. He's more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than bending and changing for them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse by losing his temper or getting easily frustrated. He doesn't handle pressure or emotional situations calmly, and instead of soothing things, he might react with sharp words or visible annoyance. This can turn small issues into bigger tensions and leave you feeling stuck between him and your family.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern with you in private, but expect you to behave like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He might be comfortable with your independence and choices when it's just the two of you, but when relatives visit or there are family gatherings, he is likely to want you to follow traditions, dress conservatively, and act according to family expectations. If you don't, he may quietly get upset or gently nudge you to change your behavior.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his relatives, he is more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with them rather than openly supporting you. He doesn't like conflict or emotional mess, so he may avoid taking a stand, hoping things resolve on their own. You may find yourself handling problems alone, wishing he would step up for you.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to act like a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes above yours, especially in conflicts. When there is a disagreement between you and his mother, he will rarely take your side openly. You might feel that your needs come second in his eyes, especially in front of his family.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is the kind of man who may share details of your fights or private matters with his mother or sister, especially if he feels stressed or unsure. He isn't always comfortable handling emotional issues alone, so he turns to his family for advice or comfort. This is a serious concern, as trust and boundaries are at the heart of a strong marriage.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out feels steady but can also be tiring and lonely. He sticks to routines, avoids risks, and expects things to be done his way, which can offer predictability but little excitement.